we're back again. So, continuing on with how things went after chemo. Yeah, with that big time gap of video uploads. So, last video, I think I ended on Saturday, which was 3 days after chemo. I think so. But, so Sunday was when things started to kind of go downhill. So, lots of fun. So, at first I was just severely tired and had like some body aches, but then like as the day went on, I noticed the pain part. I could feel like every single bone within my toe, like using my hand, all these little things. They all hurt so bad that I could like envision every tiny little bone. So at the time, I was just taking Tylenol. I didn't have any pain meds from them or anything, and so I just kept taking Tylenol, and it would kind of help a little bit, but not really that great. And then I think I literally just laid on the couch all day. I watched like a little bit of TV, but I found that it was like I didn't even want to pay attention to anything. So I most of the time just put on like YouTube TV and just find a station and let it play in the background and kind of go in and out of sleeping. But I'm not like a huge nap person, so I didn't really like sleep. So laid on the couch all day. I think I talked to a couple people on the phone. I can't remember, but yeah, ended up going to bed early. Noticed at this point that this was when all my skin was like drying out like crazy. Like my face looked like it was peeling. It was the grossest thing ever. My heels of my back of my feet. Oh my goodness! Like you would think that I never put lotion on them in my entire life. They were so like almost like calloused feeling. And then that's when I started getting acne breakouts. Did not know that chemo brings on acne, which I'm like, on top of everything else that I'm going through, now I gotta have acne. So, like, my whole chin was broken out, and then, like, right here, you can kind of still see a little bit of it. I ended up with this, like, blood blister up here. Don't know what that was from. I couldn't eat anything. Like, nothing tastes good. Was originally eating, like, the go go fruit pouches as, like, snacks, and they started to kind of taste where they almost like it was acidic to my mouth, which shouldn't have been because they were like applesauce or something like that. It was like I was having orange juice. So I like barely doing any food, but I was able to like drink decent amounts of water. So then I go to bed that night and I noticed that like I kept waking up because I had to go to the bathroom. But then when I would go to the bathroom, the walking made my feet start hurting again. So that was fun. So then Monday, I was originally gonna go back to work, not like into the office, but like start working again. And I like messaged my boss and I was like, there's no way I can work. I feel like absolute bloopity blop. So that was more pain that day. Things hurt more often. It didn't really like go away. It was like constant all day long. My energy levels were like zapped completely, and it was like taking this guy out to go POTTY was like a whole thing. Like just standing out there waiting for him, which he takes forever, was like so tiring. I think I was like leaning against the car or something. But I ended up talking to my one aunt, and she told me because she had the aunt that had breast cancer before too, and I was telling her about my feet and how bad they hurt at night, and then she told me my other aunt who's 105, she just turned that this week, that her feet hurt, and at nighttime before she goes to bed, my aunt puts this like cream on it that's got lidocaine in it, and I was like, I have lidocaine, so I ended up doing that night to go to bed, and it did help a lot with like the foot pain. So also on that Monday, I was like, "Where's my shot?" Hadn't got a call from Walgreens Specialty Pharmacy to like schedule it, and I was supposed to have the shot on Monday at 10:30. So I called the oncology office like right when they opened and left a message that I didn't have the shot still and I hadn't heard anything, and they were like, "Okay, we'll have somebody call you back." So then it gets to be like 10:15, and I'm like, I have an appointment at 10:30, so I call back again, and I'm like, realize, I already have a message in for somebody to call me back, but I have an appointment at 10:30 to get the shot, and so I just want to not be a no-show. I can't come in because I have no shot. So she's like, okay, I'll note that. So in the meantime, I'm like, this is ridiculous with this how bad I feel. I need to take matters into my own hand. So I call Blue Cross and I'm like, hey, I had a shot. It got approved on Thursday last week when I had chemo, but I have not gotten a call from Walgreens specialty pharmacy to arrange the delivery. So Blue Cross looks into everything and they're like, yeah, everything's approved. And so then they give me the number for Walgreens specialty pharmacy because they're like, our recommendation would be to call them, see what's going on. So I call them and after it took like forever, they're like, what's your address with us? And I'm like, heck if I know. It could be multiple addresses. So I'm like listing all these streets, and they finally figured out what address they had me under, found me, and they said they could see that there was a shot approved, but they hadn't gotten any paperwork from anybody, like a script, to fulfill it. So at this point, I'm like, are you friggin' kidding me? So then they tell me to, oh, so I give Walgreens all the information and they're like, okay, great. We will fax something to your oncology office saying we need the script. So literally, me, Blue Cross, and Walgreens are figuring this out. And the oncology office, who one knew I needed this shot, was supposed to get it Friday, didn't get it. They were supposed to be within 24 hours. They told me Monday was okay. How many days have passed at this point, and I still don't have a shot? And I'm like, why are you guys paying attention in your system, knowing I need this shot, and it's a big deal to see that it has not gone anywhere? So then I call back the oncology place, and I'm like, hey, Walgreens says they don't have anything from you, blah, 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 blah. So then I end up talking to this one lady, and I just started bawling to her on the phone because I was like, this is I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm in so much pain. I'm miserable. And she's like, okay, well, I don't know. We've seen a fax. And then somebody brings the fax over to her. She's like, oh, here it is right now. Did this just come through? And I'm like, yeah, no, it's probably been sitting there since I talked to Walgreens, but whatever. So then she's like, okay, yeah, all right, I'm gonna send this through and something else or whatever. And originally she said that she was actually very nice and helpful. And she's like, I'm off tomorrow, so I'll let somebody know to look at this first thing in the morning. And I'm like, great. So then I ended up getting a call back later that day from the same lady who said they put through a different shot for me, a script as a plan B that they could fulfill on site. And then she had mentioned that both were put through a stat, and that this plan B could potentially take still 72 hours on stat. And I'm like, well, that's great. And she's like, but we have up until Thursday? Yeah, we have up until Thursday to make sure you have the shot. And I'm like, oh, so there's an actual worst case timeline, and nobody told me about this, and nobody's been doing anything. So great. So then Wednesday morning rolls around, and I'm still not working at this point, but my friend Michelle had texted me in the morning, who I work with, and she was like, can I bring you a coffee? And I was like, well, I can't drink coffee, but a blueberry muffin kind of sounds good. So she comes over before, she was going to go into the office, brings me a blueberry muffin. We're sitting on the couch, and I'm just kind of telling her what's going on. And then all of a sudden I get a call from the oncology office. They're like, we have the shot. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? The plan B shot. So I'm like, oh, the one that could take 72 hours. So apparently somebody realized how important this was and was like, get her this friggin' shot. So as I'm like, oh yeah, no, I can get up there. Michelle's like, I can take you right now. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then I had a 10 o'clock appointment because they said they had to put something in the system. So Michelle and me leave. We get up there. We waited an hour and before they even called me back. And so then they call me back, and the lady that's going to give me the shot, I'm guessing she was an MA. She's about to give me the shot. Michelle's in the waiting room, and she's like, I said something about the pain, and she's like, well, this is going to cause pain. And I was like, what? Because, like, nobody told me that that shot caused, like, additional pain. I just knew in general recovery was going to be, like, somewhat painful because of the bone thing. But they didn't tell me it was like, it happens at once normally, but since you didn't get the shot because we're a bunch of boofs, it's gonna happen even longer. So like, I'm like, are you friggin' kidding me right now? So I immediately just start bawling because I've been through so much at this point, and I can't. And I'm like, so I'm gonna be in more pain. I'm like, what's And so she said, let me go get the nurse, or so you can talk to her, the PA. So then the PA, oh, and in the meantime, while she's going to get the PA, I text Michelle and I'm like, oh my God, this is what's happening. And then Michelle's like, do you want me to come back there? And I'm like, yes. So Michelle saw me in my absolute worst because I'm like snotting, bawling, but she was so good, like the best. Like between her and Melissa, I just want to combine them all and make them my mother. Like they're so great. So she comes back, and then the PA comes back. She explains everything to me, and then says that she's going to give me a pain script to tramadol, I think is what they gave me. It's the one that's an opiate. And I was like, cool. So then I get the shot. So by this time, the shot didn't even hurt because it had warmed up to like room temperature, which was great. So they give me the shot. Michelle takes me home, and then I guess she had been like messaging with my boss at the time, and my boss told her to work from my house and just stay with me, which was like the nicest thing ever. So Michelle literally sat here and worked the entire day, and I just like laid on the couch. I think Little House on the Prairie was on, and that's just laid there and like napped. And then nice shot came in, and then she went ahead and ran up to CVS, picked up my pain meds, went up, picked those up, brought them back to me. So yeah. So then yes, started the heck again. So Wednesday, Thursday, I felt like crap. I had the pain, but the tramadol helped a lot. It I didn't feel as bad, but I still had the pain. Still couldn't really eat anything. Wednesday I had my follow up with oncology, and I lost 6 pounds in a week. Plus, my white blood cells had tanked. So they had to put me on an antibiotic, which was like this crazy antibiotic with like crazy side effects. Like I ended up having, and one of them was like nightmares and hallucinations. I ended up having the craziest dreams. Like it was insane, and I didn't even want to take the antibiotics anymore, but I powered through it. So yeah, and then it was Friday last week. I actually worked a half a day. It was tiring, but I did it. It was fine. And then Saturday and Sunday, I like started feeling better as far as I had energy on Saturday, which was, I think, day 10. So it took 10 days where I think it should only taken like 5. So it like doubled my recovery time. So I was pissed about that. Not a huge fan. And yeah, just very angry at the oncology place. But I remained polite and nice through the whole thing because I don't know whose fault it was. It was somebody's fault, but there, there's really nothing I can do about it. There's no point for me to like be like mean to people or anything. So yeah, and then I also learned during this because nothing tastes right. Oh, I had thrush too. That was the other thing. So I developed thrush, and that's why the mouth fungus. So that's why everything tasted horrible. So they ended up giving me a mouthwash type prescription thing that I had to do 4 times a day. As of right now, it's gone. I still have like a weird salty taste in my mouth, but they told me just to do like a baking soda rinse now moving forward. Um, so yeah, I had my follow up yesterday with oncology. I gained 3 of those 6 pounds back. My white blood cells are up, but now my red is low, which I guess is no big deal. But I just started getting some test results back this morning, and my iron is like super, super high. And there was like one of the things that came back as abnormal, which I looked it up, and it's just something about the iron being high, and that could mean an infection. So now I'm like a little tripped out about that, and I'm waiting. The oncology place is gonna end up calling me at some point today because now the like port site where the cut was, I didn't have stitches. It's like the glue. it like kind of hurts a little bit, and I don't know if it's because it's like healing and getting closer and to being done healing, and like the glue's almost off. It's just literally where the cut is now, where I still have some glue, and I can't tell if it's red because the glue is still there. But like when I was there yesterday waiting to go into my appointment, the girl that was sitting next to me at chemo was there. And she was there because her white blood cells tanked and she had an infection on her port. And she showed me and it was red, like where the circle was, but like her cut and everything was healed by that point. So now I'm like, if my port got infected because of all this, I am going to be really angry. Because I've just been through like absolute heck because of their mistake. And then Friday, I have an MRI biopsy. So, not looking forward to that because it's more invasive because they have to use a bigger needle because it's within the MRI machine. And I have to wear a binder for 24 hours, which I'm understanding is like a tight wrap on the girls. I don't know. So I'm not looking forward to that at all. My mom's coming in town tonight, so she's gonna go with me to that and stay here over the weekend. We're also gonna go to Golden Corral to play What Can Emily Eat? Because I've been trying to figure out like what stuff tastes normal. Like Taco Bell tastes like dirt, unfortunately, which is just hamburger meat. Because McDonald's, same thing, tastes like dirt. Chicken doesn't really have a flavor to it. I did learn last night that sausage tastes normal. I love scrambled eggs and ham, so I'm assuming the ham tastes normal, but it's not like I've eaten ham by itself yet. But I want to try like other stuff. Oh, I had tuna fish yesterday too. That tasted like tuna fish, so that's normal. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a little list. I'm gonna go up to the buffet and literally take just little pieces of everything and then try it and then go, oh, I like this, and this, and then eat it. So yeah, so that's where we're at as of right now. My next chemo appointment is next Thursday. So provided like these test result stuffs are okay, then I guess I'll be fine, hopefully. But I don't really know. So I guess everybody cross your fingers for me, that I don't have a port infection because, I just gotta think worst case scenario now. But yeah, that's it. The update with me. Toodaloo, buckaroos.